is the 2nd of April 2016. Today, the country marks 1 year since the deadliest attack on Kenyan soil by Al-Shabaab militia, the attack on the Garissa University College. Good afternoon. This is the Weekend at 1. My name is Michelle Ngele. On the headlines. Is it Wetangula's time? CORD co-principal launching presidential bid in Kakamega.
Will always be in our hearts. We pray for them.
Garissa shall rise again. First anniversary of terror attack underway. And dancing for charity. Sarah Obama's Zumbathon in Nairobi. Kakamega County and supporters and allies of CORD co-principal Moses Wetangula are gathering for the big launch of Wetangula's presidential bid today. KTN's Chris Thairu is in Kakamega following the events there. Chris now joins us live from Kakamega. Good afternoon, Chris. What should we expect from the launch of the presidential bid this afternoon?
A very good afternoon to you, and I'm coming to you live from Muliro Gardens in Kakamega County, where anytime from now we'll be expecting the CORD principals Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka and Moses Wetangula to make their grand entry here and participate in today's announcement and also the launch of Wetangula's presidential bid through the CORD ticket. And now I'm joined by the Senator for Kakamega County, and he'll be telling us what plans they have today. Well, Mheshimiwa Khalwale, welcome to KTN. And what the plans today as you continue launching today's Wetangula's bid?
Today we have only one agenda, and that is the launch of Wetangula's bid for presidency in 2017. It is going to be led by our traditional leaders, who are all here from the 18 houses of the Luo Nation, who will then as the chosen candidate for the position of president within the coalition on the party of Fort Kenya.
We know that the issue of the venue had a problem, and so far we've witnessed some chaos between supporters who support you and those who support the governor of Kakamega County, Wycliffe Oparanya. Maybe would you expect some peace even before the function starts?
That is a question which I can answer, that this venue, its availability was never in doubt, could never have been in doubt, because it is a legacy that we were given by our ancestors for free. It symbolizes Luo decision making, not from today, but from time immemorial. Immemorial in the sense that even before independence, the Luo elders specifically, those who are the community, used to assemble here when it was still the huge Kakamega forest to observe customs and norms for our community. So we could not have ever imagined that it would go anywhere else. So when the country saw me quiet, it's because, unlike Oparanya, I come from this heart of this very community that has the title deed, so to speak, to these grounds historically. So I took his antics as being nothing more than sideshows, and as it has been demonstrated, the time of announcement, to the time he pulled down the billboards of Wetangula, to the time when yesterday they pitched here and they didn't want me to land, and up to now when youth have been given tear gas by police officers to loop into the crowd has overwhelmed them. They have all gone away. This is a friendly Luo function where we are the host, and all our guests, including political parties within CORD and outside CORD, are here, and they will soon be addressing the country.
We've seen some supporters from ODM, and we've seen them being harassed even by members from the Ford Kenya party. I do think that the governor for Kakamega is responsible for bringing his supporters to interfere with today's function.
I think it was a good lesson for Governor Oparanya. We've always told him that his command of this county is very feeble, and he has seen it. They were at a Muslim primary school this morning when they were dishing out cash to the youth and gave them attire in ODM colors to come and attack this function. They have been repulsed, they are gone, and they are gone for good. If the police has any work to do, then they should pursue those youth because they have left here without their tops.
But don't you think that the bitterness that is coming from the governor or Wycliffe Oparanya is because you are interested in taking the position of the governorship of Kakamega come the next general election?
Yeah, I'm aware because he has said as much, but I want to assure him that whatever amount of intimidation, you cannot intimidate a bullfighter. And these young people are all sons of bullfighters. You cannot stop them when I tell them, let's go. So I've told them today is Wetangula's day, and it will be Wetangula's day. Tomorrow they'll go back to their Juakalis. These are young people who cut sugarcane. These are young people who do border. These are young people who do gold mining. These are strong young people who are peaceful, and I'm glad that they have not injured anybody.
My final question will be, you've confirmed that you've moved from UDF to Fort Kenya?
You have to be careful with semantics because my announcement of going into Fort Kenya means that I'll run on Fort Kenya in 2017. Nominally, technically, on paper, I'm in UDF. But because UDF has dissolved to go into Jubilee, as soon as that dissolution is formalized legally, then I will legally go into Fort Kenya because the law is clear. When the party that sponsors you dissolves itself before the end of the 5 years, you are free to remain independent or join any other party of your own choice.
Okay, thanks a lot, Mheshimiwa Boni Khalwale. That has been Kakamega Senator Boni Khalwale telling us what they expect this afternoon. We're still waiting for the court principals, Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Moses Wetangula to come and address the gathering, even as they launch Moses Wetangula's presidential bid come 2017. For now, it's back to your studio.
Chris Thairo there reporting from Kakamega, where he is attending the presidential launch of Bungoma Senator Moses Wetangula. We do apologize for the poor quality of the picture there. A public service vehicle plunged into River Gura at the border of Othaya and Tetu in Nyeri County early this morning. The conductor of the matatu died on the spot and 4 other people were seriously injured. It is believed that the driver of the matatu belonging to the 4NT Sacco lost control of the vehicle and it veered off, plunging into River Gura. This happened in an area that is considered to be a black spot. It is not clear what caused the driver to lose control of the vehicle.
Hii gari toka pande ya Nyeri ikakuja ikiwa bio ikapitia hapa kupita hapa ikaluka kwa mto ikaenda mpaka pande ile nyingine. Hii gari ilikuwa na watu 4. Kuwa na dereva, tani boy moja na kijana mwingine moja na mama moja. Dereva alikuwa na maumivu ya kichwa. Pia kijana alikuwa amegongwa saidi. Na kina mama wengine hakuwa amegongwa sana. Lakini mama alikuwa amegongwa. Hiyo kijana mwingine ndio hakuwa amegongwa sana.
The Standard Group has partnered with the Mama Sarah Obama Foundation to raise 50 million shillings for the first phase of the construction of an early childhood development center. In an event dubbed Zumbathon, hundreds of people gathered at Nairobi's Nyayo National Stadium today for a marathon dance that was meant to raise the funds. Zumba is a kind of music that originates from South America. The event was also meant to create awareness about the early childhood center and create a space for contractors and other organizations willing to sponsor the construction to come on board.
Today's event is to raise awareness and also to help us raise money for the first phase of the Early Childhood Development Center, which we've already started, and we're also asking Kenyans to come on board. We're going to be asking people for the weekend to come, lay a brick, do something.
The reason that Mama Sarah came to us was under our umbrella campaign called Transform Kenya Awards, which we are the pioneers of. And what we set out to do is identify individuals who have unique causes and are doing something to change the future of the communities that they live in. So Mama Sarah is obviously, you know, an icon in terms of doing that.
What you can see from here, apart from the idea of raising funds, people are actually enjoying, and as an exercise in the wild.
Now today is exactly 1 year since that shocking terror attack in Kenya's Garissa County on students of the Garissa University College. 147 people died that Thursday morning. To mark the anniversary, participants held a commemorative 5-kilometer marathon followed by an interdenominational prayers which are still going on. Now KTN's Sharon Mumanyi is on standby at the Garissa University College. Sharon, good afternoon. What's going on there at the college as we speak?
Yes, it has been a very busy day here at the Garissa University College here, just marking 1 year since that atrocious attack that took place on this very ground. A series of events were lined up to mark, the commemoration of this day. Earlier in the morning, we had the Garissa Memorial Marathon that drew up to 150 participants. And what they were doing is running for peace, an event that was organized just to spread that message and bringing together the members of the local community as well as the members of this university to spread the message of peace. And later on, after that particular marathon, there was an interdenominational prayer session that was organized and took place right here at the university, one that had religious leaders from both the Muslim and Christian religions speaking also about the message of peace. It was the resounding message, this coming after that particular attack that was branded a religious kind of attack, and we had Muslim leaders really condemning that particular act, saying and stating that something that they have been stating over time, that violence is not a teaching of the religion. Something that also the Christian religious leaders also reiterated, the need to have religious tolerance and inter-religious cooperation and peaceful coexistence. We also had local political leaders present. We had the governor Nadhif Jama and the Garissa Township Member of Parliament Aden Duale also addressing the members who came here to commemorate this particular day. And we had them saying, we had Aden Duale's first stating that President Uhuru Kenyatta will be coming to the university after his trips to France and Germany just to come and officially charter this university. Duale was also emphasizing on that nationalism covenant that was the basis of President Uhuru Kenyatta's State of the Nation speech just 3 days ago, stating the need to stand together as a nation and have that spirit of nationhood, that not having anything on any particular acts of terror allow the nation to be divided either in religious or ethnic lines, just emphasizing that message of coexistence. Now later on, the event just ended now after the prayers and the address by the religious leaders, and right now on the other side we have a special monument that is being unveiled, a monument that has the names of all the 147 people that died here, most of whom are students, engraved in it, just to have a special place of memory of these people, saying that they may be gone but they are not forgotten. And now on the other side of this university grounds, my colleague Timothy Otieno wants to speak to a student who, it's important to note that after that particular attack, the university was closed indefinitely, only to be reopened earlier this year in January. Now most of the students were reluctant to come back, of course, because of the nature of that particular attack. We have 45 continuing students, those that were here at that time, having returned to this particular institution. Others, most of the students were taken to the Moi University in Eldoret. Now we have 45 continuing, and the Dean of Students, whom we were speaking to earlier, says that they are expecting over 100 new students to be registered in the coming semester. So just showing that normalcy is slowing coming back to the operations of these institutions. Now Timothy Otieno, I want to hand over to him to speak to one of the students just to tell us what the experience has been for them.
Well, thank you so much, Sharon Momanyi. Actually, where I'm standing is where the monument that contains 148 names has just been unveiled by the Garissa County Governor as well as the area member of Parliament, Aden Duale, right now. And I can just move out of the shot so that my cameraman can show you what is going on. That is actually the monument that contains 148 names, officially launched by Nadif Edam Jama, who is the governor for Garissa County, as well as the area member of Parliament, who is Aden Duale, just a few minutes ago. Now, the activities here at the Garissa University College, of course, with the unveiling of the monument, which is the culmination of the events taking place here in Garissa University College. Of course, the day began with a marathon, a 5-kilometer marathon that was then proceeded with an interfaith prayers as well as public speeches from political and religious leaders. But I'm joined now by a student who survived the Garissa University attack and has been able to continue with her studies here. Her name is Sophia Gatweri. Sophia, welcome to the program. It's a very momentous day by all means, but how does it feel for you? Because this is a day when some of your classmates lost their lives. It's exactly 1 year. Just take me through how you're feeling emotionally right now.
Yeah, right now I'm feeling a bit traumatized, although everything that happened, we pray that God is going to raise their soul in peace, and we are hardly praying for them for the best. So we are joining with other Kenyans today so that we can at least celebrate the life of the lost students. So there's no problem. Yeah.
You're one of some of the students who actually came back to study, although not so many were willing to come back. Just tell us, the schools reopened in January on the 4th. You're one of those who were here on the first day of admissions for this year. Tell us, why did you decide to come back?
Yeah, I decided to come back here because I work here in this region, and also I need to promote this university. If we run away, all of us will be the student. So I decided to come back and continue with my studies from where I left. So we are going on well. The security is okay. So I feel comfortable being in Garissa University. Yes.
Just talk to us about, since you came back, what security measures have indeed been put in place? Do you feel much safer as a student of Garissa University College right now?
There's a lot of security in school compound. Firstly, there is a police post in the school compound. The first thing that you used to cry a lot for the government to provide for us, which has got around 20 police cars inside. So we are so secure. I don't think that anybody can come in, even through the fence. So we are very secure. And then the biometric, there's a scheme that is going on around the school gates. You cannot pass there without producing your ID or being checked whether you are a student or not. So things are good. Yes.
So you're feeling much safer?
Very safe indeed. Very safe. Yes.
Okay. And just maybe a final comment and a word to the parents and those who lost their lives here in Garissa University. What message would you have, even as the country marks the first year? We have heard the area member of Parliament speak that this will never and should not ever happen again here in Garissa. Indeed, security has been beefed up. What message do you have to those parents, friends, brothers, sisters of the 147 whose names have been engraved on this monument? Just talk to them.
For the parents, we feel so sorry about you, and we are really praying hard for you to recover, and God is going to give you grace. But for the rest who are remaining, please come and continue the learning. This is a very conducive place for learning. Garissa University, in fact, is a very cool place, as you can see. So you can come back. God is the one who will take refuge for us. But for the ones that left, we are very sorry. We are praying together. We are not even happy because of what happened, but we pray God that everything is going to be okay. Yes.
Thank you so much, Sophia. Sophia did, of course, engage in the 5-kilometer marathon that took place earlier on in the morning. I'm not going to put her in the spotlight and tell us what position she finished in, but I'm sure she's going to be engaging in the overnight vigil that is going to be taking place on these grounds where the monument has been unveiled here in Garissa University. A mammoth crowd indeed came up to turn up to show just support and solidarity, and just show that the community and indeed the school has been able to move on from since the attack took place, an attack that claimed the lives of 142 of them being students. And even as my colleague Sharon Momanyi has mentioned, that indeed the leader of majority in Parliament, Aden Duale, has said that the president will be visiting the institution within the next 2 weeks, and he will not be coming empty-handed, coming with a charter to certify Garissa University as a fully fledged university. And of course, we are going to be keeping tabs as what is going on here at the Garissa University College, the marathon, the interfaith prayers, as well as the unveiling of the monument, culminating in the day's events that have been taking place here at the Garissa University. Of course, a similar event taking place at the Moi University main campus in Eldoret, where 650 survivors of the attack were taken to resume with their studies. KTN and KTN News will be comprehensively covering these events for you, and we are going to be handing over back to studio from Garissa University College. My name is Timothy Otieno.
Now, the massacre of 140 students at the Garissa University exactly 1 year ago highlighted fatal flaws in response to disasters in the country. And joining us now is Venant Ndegila, who is a response manager at the Kenya Red Cross Society. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us in studio this afternoon.
Thank you, Michelle.
Now, in many times and the many terror attacks that Kenya has had, the Kenya Red Cross has been the first to be on the ground. What mechanisms does the Kenya Red Cross have with regard to response to disasters?
Thank you, Michelle. Kenya Red Cross is mandated by law to be auxiliary to the government on humanitarian aid, especially emergency response. So over time, we have managed to do extensive risk assessment and thereafter deployed teams in 67 branches, which are there ready with the basic capacity to respond to emergencies. So in terms of the Garissa incident, we had a Garissa team, and which again responded immediately, and upon immediate assessment that this situation was overwhelming, was supported again by a regional team, specifically from Dadaab, and thereafter, as the situation deteriorated, we had to support it from Nairobi. So we have teams in strategic locations of the country ready to do emergency response. Yes.
And you're always in responding to disasters in good time. With Garissa University, you were there within 15 minutes of the incident beginning, but I understand that you had an issue with the security. So do you think you're receiving enough support from the government with regard to response to disaster?
In the Garissa incident, of course, as the teams arrived there, they realized their security challenges, and these security challenges are now very clear, especially in terror incidents. And yes, there is some support from the government, because we have come up with a coordination mechanism, which again, we are working with the National Disaster Operations Center, where we coordinate the response actions. The team can be able to coordinate and do a joint response. And in terms of security, then our teams, because they are not security teams, they await until the place is cleared by the security before they can go in. Yeah, so again, in Garissa, immediately after they arrived, they had to wait to ensure those security challenges are taken care of before they went in for the response.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, in the case of Garissa University specifically, security detail took about 8 hours to get to the ground because of issues of management in the security sector itself. So what was the Red Cross Society doing during those 8 hours?
The team which was there was a basic team to offer first aid, and they continued offering first aid to those who could be able to leave the place, and other life-saving activities, and also in terms of managing the crowd, because immediately the news went out, the trauma was massive, especially for the community also around there. So the team continued with offering immediate psychosocial support to those who are traumatized, and at the same time setting up a tracing desk, where now people could come and check. For those who have members in the campus, could come and check and see a report. If they have members, then thereafter they can be processed and they get enough information. So immediately a key activity we did there was to set up a coordination point where now the main response could be coordinated from there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That is Venant Ndigila, the response manager at the Kenya Red Cross Society, speaking to us on response to disasters such as the Garissa University attack. The Kenya Red Cross was among the first to get to the ground. And that brings us to the end of the weekend at 1. Thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Michelle Ngele. Do enjoy the rest of your afternoon.